it was mentioned in the chat, and I will state this question as well. I know that you said without TVD, there is no path to victory. However, if he does not play, Jake Garcia is a guy that has ability to throw the football. He's got talent to sling it. Now, whether he can diagnose what's going on in front of him, that's another matter. But there are going to be comparable athletes on both sides of the field. So there is a way to win with Jake Garcia on the field. So what would that path be? What does that game look like minus TVD?
First of all, +2 or better in turnovers. I think that we're going to need the advantage of short fields. Just because, I mean, at this point, is it possible for Garcia to direct long drive after long drive against a competent college defense? It's possible. I just think I don't think it is probable at this point. So I think that, you need to be at least +2 in turnovers and turn those into, touchdowns. So I think that there is one of the keys. I think that come hell or high water, you need to find a way to get, Henry Parrish in the, if not at 100, near 100 rushing or more. I think that you need to force field goals on some drives for Florida State. So, I mean, they can have red zone scoring, but in the same way as last week, you bend, but you don't break. You don't let them in the end zone at least a couple of times. And it does harken back to what I'd said previously during that 7-game losing streak. But somebody needs to make a positive program defining play. You know what I mean? Like a game winning, season turning program. I mean, because that time, the program was really going downhill. But who's going to be the person? And not the blind interception, not the back-breaking fumble, not the missed tackles against Dalvin Cook, not one of those game-defining plays. Who's going to make an interception? Who's going to break up a pass on 4th down? Like when we played that game on Labor Day up there years ago. Who's going to break a tackle and run down? Where's the Wilson McGahee screen pass in 2002 up the sideline? Not even a touchdown, 76 yards, but flipped the field, got us down there. Jason Gathers goes and scores a touchdown, right? But where's that play that tilts the field, that turns the tide, that makes a positive impact in a major, major way? Who's that guy? And where is that? And that, I think all of those things need to come together. So +2 in the turnover margin, a decent rushing performance, obviously no back-breaking interceptions by Garcia. And I mean, to that point on, who's going to make a play, it does not need to be a line drive thrown 90-yard touchdown that's a laser beam that floats 5 feet high and then drops in. It doesn't need to be that. But Jake Garcia, if he is the quarterback and on a path to victory with him at quarterback, he's going to have to make some throws. And I mean that with capital letters. Not just like where he threw the ball, but that was a throw. It's going to have to be 3, 4, 5 of them in key situations. And again, I'm not saying it has to be a touchdown, right? But the year that Kosi led that comeback from 27-7 to win 28-17 or 28-27. Remember that seam route that he threw to Jeff Thomas the play before he hit Brevin Jordan for the touchdown? That throw to Jeff Thomas, that's the kind of throw in a similar situation Jake Garcia needs to make, right? Because that was a 4th down, if I remember correctly. And then on the ball, boom, you put Brevin Jordan one-on-one with the linebacker, kiss the baby, let's go. Cue up the band, touchdown. But cue up the Miami band because the Seminole Marching Chiefs aren't coming to the game because I guess we didn't give them tickets. Yikes. But again, everybody wants to be focused on the touchdown to Brevin Jordan. Without that laser beam, and they're playing cover 2 with the safety over the top. They're playing Tampa 2 with a linebacker trailing and a safety over the top, and the other safety like, yo, I'm coming over. So there's literally 3 guys converging, and Nkosi put it into, this little itty bitty window. But you had to hit that to get the first down to be able to make the touchdown throw. And that's what I'm talking about when Jake Garcia is going to have to make some throws. It's not just touchdowns, but a throw like that one to Jeff Thomas that I've been talking about. Something like that in a key moment against tight coverage with the rush bearing down on him, and maybe he has to slide and something like that is going to have to happen. And again, that could be a version of that positive program changing play. But on that list, or on the list of these plays aided or added towards a step towards Miami's victory, is going to need to be probably 2, 3, 4 or more of those kind of throws, kind of plays from Jake Garcia.
Kim Underwood, State of the U, breaking down Miami, Florida State. So please like the video, everyone, and bring more folks in next Wednesday at 7 Eastern time. The last thing I got for you is, so whether it be because of Jake Garcia's struggles or because of Jakari Brown's progress that we don't see necessarily, but in practice, or just a different look for the Florida State defense, do you think we'll see Brown more this Saturday?
Yeah, the coaches have they even said that on Monday. Mario Cristobal said clearly Jakari. The U is supposed to be an A, but
I tried to say it correctly, so I didn't realize Jakari Brown.
Yeah, okay. like I drive a car. Yeah, So Jakari is going to play. So he's at his redshirt limit now. He's played in 4 games, but that apparently is not a concern for the staff. So he will be Chris Ball clearly said, I think I tweeted it live during his presser on Monday, that he's going to play this week. So, the one pass that they did call for Jakari, I think that was emblematic of the growth that is still needed in terms of his ability, in terms of his consistent accuracy and repeatable technique. Because big kid, big arm, we've seen it in practices. Everybody's talking about, he can throw it a country mile. You see it in his high school days and everything. But, he skips a bubble or like a quick spacing route curl. He skips it. He throws a grounder. And I'm like, that's not anything but like you didn't execute consistently the technique you were taught. And I think that right there is emblematic of like where his growth needs to happen. And, Josh Gaddis was, on Monday saying, hey, like this is a guy who's shown that he's able to hit that throw. He's able to hit other throws and things like that. And again, it's just, Mike Tyson, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Right. And it's different on air or in practice versus a different team of scholarship players with different jerseys who are trying to inhibit your performance. And so there's that. He's really dynamic in the run game, obviously. So we're going to continue to run that UPS Express. I like to call it, what can Brown do for you? The UPS Express package. I think that package is going to grow. Cristobal and Gaddis said that package of plays for him is going to continue to grow throughout this season. And I think that this is a perfect game to be able to roll him out there and be the changeup or the fastball to the changeup, the Trevor Hoffman kind of changeup, which is his, bread and butter. Like, okay, we're giving you lots of changeups and everything. Like, yeah, let's bring in this fastball. Let me reach back for 99. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing, because he can clearly run. He's able. He has wiggle. He's able to step out of tackles and everything. And there are other plays where if you go back, and I looked at a few, I need to see if I can find all of them, but you can see like what he's doing or on the field, you can set up trick plays. There was one play where I think that they had both quarterbacks on the field and he was the number 2 receiver in the slot and ended up coming back behind. Yeah, that's an end around now, but that's also a double pass. You know what I mean? Like there's other things where you can scaffold other things on top of that. And hey, maybe this is the week that you see that kind of thing where it's like, hey, we're going, balls to the wall. We're going to bring out, a couple different trick plays and everything. I don't know who's left-handed on this team. I had to go back and see. That's the thing that Bud Elliott and I have been talking about for years, the left-handed player trick play, because basically everybody assumes that most quarterbacks are right-handed. So you think, okay, like if you're running to the left, there's no way you're going to, oh, shoot, like OBJ or whoever's left-handed, and, you're going to go send that thing. So, maybe you find one of the left-handed players to go, run a trick play or something like that, which is just a level of trickeration on top of just normal trickeration, which, hey, it's maybe just that same thing where it's, hashtag right, as in right-handed supremacy, where like, hey, I don't think of somebody as left-handed being a dangerous kind of throwing option on a trick play. So maybe you do something like that. But yeah, the Jakari Brown package, UPS Express, as I'm calling it, is going to continue to evolve and grow. And I think that you're going to see probably, I think he had like 8 to 10 snaps last week. I think something in that range, depending on the number of snaps, because Miami had 70 offensive snaps last week, I think. Hold on. 70 offensive snaps, and I think that he played on about 10 to 12%. I think that kind of a ratio of UPS Express to total plays would fit in this kind of a game, and it could either increase or decrease depending on performance.
Or you do what the Cowboys did in the 78 Super Bowl, and they went toss sweep left to Robert Newhouse, a big, broad-shouldered, big, burling fullback, and he's right-handed. He had to cross over and throw it, and he threw it beautifully. Perfect. I wouldn't suggest that for most, but they pulled it off.
The only time that I've really seen something like that is even in this season is the throwback. Where like, they'll toss it left and it'll be run. And it's not even just like, I'm going to flip my hips and try to throw it downfield. Like I'm pulling a complete 180, boom, and or 270 all the way over here. And I'm throwing it back to the quarterback, a la the return, which, if you don't know, the 7-year anniversary of that wonderful, incredible night was just a couple days ago 2 days ago on Thanksgiving night. Halloween. So yeah, something like one of those throws back across, maybe the last one that actually went to Corn Elder from Dallas Crawford. Like, yeah, that backwards throw. I've seen that on some toss plays to the non-dominant hand side or whatever. But I mean, you could do anything. But yeah, I think that both teams are going to have, and we've seen this even, in recent games, even in that, I think it was 17-19 game with Nkosi at quarterback. Yeah, like Florida State, they tried to double pass that year. Unfortunately, they don't understand in front of and behind, the line. So they got penalized for a double forward pass because it was a correct call for double forward pass. But, they haven't run that all season. They haven't run a double pass like that since, So whether it's the UPS Express package or something else, like you're going to see trick plays from both teams because that's just what this game brings out of everybody.